Good morning. I'd like to read an opening statement. This is to advise the general public that it complies with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, entitled Senator Byron M. Barrow Open Public Meeting Act. New Jersey Casino Control Commission on December 9th, 2020, filed with Secretary of State at the State House in Trenton, New Jersey, an annual meeting schedule. On December 9th, 2020, copies were mailed to subscribers. Any member of the public who wishes to address the commission will be given the opportunity to do so before the commission adjourns for the day. Please acknowledge the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me in a flag salute. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I am pleased to be able to chair this meeting from the Commission offices in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And I welcome everyone who is joining us remotely today. As a measure to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 and to protect the health and safety of meeting participants, as well as members of the public interested in the meeting, the Commission is using remote collaboration technology for meeting participants. The public is able to listen through access provided on the Commission's website, as well as through our YouTube channel. We will accept public comments via email. Public comments can be sent to public.comments@ccc.state.nj.us. I'll repeat that. Again, public comments can be sent to public.comments@ccc.state.nj.us, beginning now and any time throughout the meeting, ending at the time of adjournment. This meeting is being transcribed as well as recorded, and minutes will be available on our website in due course. To meeting participant callers, I ask that you follow the instructions provided with the web link or the audio call-in code and place your phones on mute until your matter is called. Also, please remember to identify yourself before speaking for the record. Before we begin the meeting, I wanted to take this opportunity. We have a longtime employee, Mr. Terry Allen, who will be retiring from the Commission next month after 40 years of public service. Terry is the licensing database analyst, and he will be greatly missed. On behalf of myself and Commissioner Cooper, we want to wish him a well-deserved retirement and best wishes to him and his family. His service to the Commission and to the state of New Jersey was very well, and it will be missed. So again, Terry Allen, we wish you the best in retirement after your 40-year stretch here at the Casino Control Commission. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner Cooper, please answer when I call your name for the roll, please. Commissioner Cooper? Here. And Chairman Pelosi?
Here.
There were no matters, there was no closed session held this month. The first item for your consideration on the agenda is the ratification of the minutes of the December 9, 2020 public meeting.
Are there any questions or corrections? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to ratify the minutes of the December 9th, 2020 meeting.
I second that motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. Item number 2 is the election of vice chair.
I nominate Commissioner Alicia Cooper as the Vice Chair of the Commission until the reorganization meeting in January 2022. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Congratulations, Commissioner Cooper, or Vice Chair Cooper.
Thank you.
Commissioner Cooper.
Thank you.
Item number 3 is the application of Amira S. Mercer for an initial casino key employee license. This matter has been reviewed by the division as well as commission staff, and the recommendation is that you grant the application.
Are there any questions regarding this matter? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the initial application of Amira S. Mercer for Casino Key employee license.
I second that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. Item number 4 are approvals through delegation of authority between December 3, 2020 and January 7, 2021, pursuant to resolution number 17011111C. Mr. Eeler, licensing and financial evaluation manager, should be on the call to address those matters with you. However, no vote is required.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioner Cooper. Between December 3rd, 2020 and January 7th, 2021, the staff of the Regulatory Affairs Division granted the following approvals via delegated authority. On December 4th, 2020, a temporary casino key employee license was granted to Frank Dente for a system manager position at Bally's Atlantic City. On December 8th, 2020, a temporary casino key employee license was granted to Danielle Coleman for a slot service supervisor position at Tropicana Atlantic City. On December 11, 2020, a temporary casino key employee license was granted to Lydia Waters for a security manager position at Bally's Atlantic City. On December 18, 2020, a temporary casino key employee license was granted to Dean Balfour for a sportsbook supervisor position at Bally's. On December 30, 2020, a temporary key employee license was granted to Melissa Morelli for dual rate security supervisor / shift manager at Borgata. On January 5th, 2021, the following temporary casino key employee licenses were granted. Don Yuen for a assistant table games shift manager position at Ocean Casino, and Kalangi Watford for a security shift supervisor position at Tropicana Atlantic City. On January 6, 2021, the following 2 temporary casino key employee licenses were granted. Michael Edwards Jr. for a security shift supervisor position at Resorts Casino, and Renee Rogers for a security administrator position at Bally's. This shall memorialize the above noted approvals granted by delegated authority during this period, and no further commission action is required.
Thank you. Item number 5 for your consideration are requests for inactivation of casino key employee licenses. They are identified on the agenda as item 5A, Samuel Bacchetti, B, Maria L. Capolo, C, Thomas P. Garay, D, George W. Mack. Again, Mr. Eeler is on the call to review those matters with you.
Good morning again. Patrick Eeler, Manager of Licensing and Financial Evaluation for the Commission. There are 4 individuals on the agenda for this item. The individual listed as item 5B, Maria I. Campolo, will be addressed separately. In lieu of filing a casino key employee license review application, the following 3 individuals have requested to be placed on the inactive list not to exceed 5 years. Samuel Paquette, Thomas P. Gary, and George W. Mack. Commission staff has reviewed these requests and recommends granting the requested relief.
Are there any questions regarding any of these matters? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the requested relief and order that the 4 casino key employee licenses be inactivated.
I second that. Any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman, excuse me one moment.
Yeah, it should be a correction. It should be 3, because I think Bhupendra Dave, which was listed on your motion sheet is not included on the agenda. So it should be corrected to reflect 3 matters, and the 4th would be Ms.
Ms.
Campella.
Capola.
Thank you.
Should I read the motion again?
Yeah, please.
Let me read that again, please. And once again, I move to grant the requested relief and order that the 3 casino key employee licenses be inactivated.
I'll second that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Now, as Mr. Ealer indicated, Ms. Campoli is the 4th matter, which we are now calling as a separate action.
Okay, with regard to Maria Campolo, her casino key employee license was lapsed at the November 18, 2020 public meeting. After receipt of the notification of this action, Ms. Campolo provided commission staff with a copy of an inactive list request form that she represented that she had timely submitted. At this time, staff recommends that the prior order to lapse Maria Campolo's casino key employee license be vacated, and that her request to be placed on the key employee license approved inactive list be granted.
Are there any questions for Mr. Euler? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the requested relief and vacate Commission Order Number 20-11-18-06-F, lapsing Maria I. Campolo's casino key employee license, and order that her casino key employee license be inactivated.
I second that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Item number 6 is consideration of the lapsing of certain casino key employee licenses, and they include 6A, David J. Kolaski, and 6B, William C. Rowe, Jr. Again, we have Mr. Ealer to review those matters with you.
Thank you. Patrick Ealer of the Casino Control Commission. At this time, there are 2 individuals for your consideration to lapse their casino key employee license. David J. Kolaski and William C. Rowe Jr.'s casino key employee license review application filing deadline has passed. Neither individual has filed a casino key employee license review application or requested to be placed on the inactive list. Based on this, staff recommends that the casino key employee licenses of David J. Kolaski and William C. Rowe Jr. be deemed to have lapsed.
Are there any questions for Mr. Euler? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to find that the 2 casino key employee licenses lapsed pursuant to NJAC 19:41A-6.1F of the regulations.
I second that motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Item number 7 is the consideration of the initial application of Audrey Rengifo for a casino key employee license. We have Senior Counsel Teresa Pipinelli available to review that matter with you.
Good morning, Chairman, Vice Chair Cooper. Teresa Pipinelli, Counsel for your consideration is the initial application of Andre Rengifo for a casino key employee license. Mr. Rengifo was provided with an opportunity to request a hearing, but to date, no communication has been received by staff. Accordingly, the matter is now before you for your consideration. Jordan Hollander is appearing on behalf of the division.
Good morning, Chairman and Commission, and Vice Chair Cooper. Jordan Hollander on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement. As Mr. Pinelli has outlined to you, the division filed a report dated October 26, 2020, recommending that Mr. Rengifo's application for a casino key employee license be denied for the reasons set forth therein. The division has also not received any correspondence from Mr. Rengifo and will request that his license be denied at this time.
Are there any questions on this matter? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to A, find Andres Rengifo disqualified pursuant to NJSA 5:12-80B and D, NJSA 5:12-86, and NJSA 5:12-89, and B, also deny his initial application for a casino key employee license.
I'll second that motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. Item number 8 is consideration of the initial application of Oliver Reed for a casino key employee license. Again, Senior Counsel Pipinelli is available to review that matter with you.
Chairman Pelosi and Vice Chair Cooper, Teresa Pettinelli again on behalf of the commission. Similar to the previous matter, before you is the initial application of Oliver Reed for a casino key employee license. Mr. Reed was provided with an opportunity to request a hearing, but to date, no communication has been received by staff. Accordingly, the matter is now before you for your consideration. Again, Jordan Hollander is appearing on behalf of the division.
Good morning, Chairman and Vice Chair Cooper. Jordan Hollander on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement. As Ms. Pinelli has outlined, the division filed a report dated October 26, 2020, recommending the denial of Mr. Reed's application for a casino key employee license. The division has also not received any correspondence from Mr. Reed, and at this time we request that his application be denied for the reasons set forth in the division's October 26 report. Thank you very much.
Are there any questions for counsel on these matters? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to A, find Oliver Reed disqualified pursuant to NJSA 5:12-80B and D, NJSA 5:12-86, and NJSA 5:12-89, and B, also deny his initial application for a casino key employee license.
I'll second that motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. Item number 9 is the joint petition of Marina District Development Company, LLC, and MGM Resorts International, requesting permission for Jonathan Halker to assume the duties and exercise the powers of Chief Financial Officer for MGM Resorts International, pending his plenary qualification. This matter was brought to the Commission's attention by way of a petition, PRN 006-2102, filed on January 6, 2021 by MDDC, Marina District Development Company, LLC, and MGM. You do have counsel on the line to address the matter, and I ask that they enter their appearances and proceed.
Good morning, Chair Pelosi, Vice Chair Cooper, Pat Madamba, Senior Vice President and Legal Counsel of MGM Resorts International and Marina District Development Company. I've reviewed the resolution. It's fine in form and substance. I really do appreciate the fact that the Commission put this on the agenda so quickly, and the division's efforts over the holidays to get the fingerprint or the background check done. Really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman Pelosi and Vice Chair Cooper, Tracy Richardson for the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have a letter of no objection to the temporary qualification request. We've also reviewed the draft resolution and have no objections. Thank you.
Are there any questions for counsel? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the draft resolution and authorize Jonathan Halker on a temporary basis and prior to his plenary qualification to assume the duties and exercise the powers of Chief Financial Officer for MGM Resorts International, subject to the conditions contained in NJSA 5:12-85.1 C and D and NJAC 13:12 69C-2.7.
I'll second that motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Vice Chair Cooper
Yes.
and Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
In accordance with Resolution number 20120903, the next closed session will be held on Wednesday, February 10, 2021, at 9:30 a.m. in the Commission offices.
Thank you, Council. I wanted to make one announcement here. It was 1 year ago on January 21st that Governor Murphy enacted legislation that gave the Casino Control Commission discretion to issue casino key employee license to former offenders who were convicted of certain drug offenses and who successfully completed drug court or the mid-state treatment program at the state facility there. The legislation bolstered the Commission's recent efforts to work with government partners, including the New Jersey Judiciary and the State Parole Board, to help rehabilitated people overcome barriers that historically inhibited them from fully participating in the liberty and the prosperity enjoyed by other New Jerseyans. The casino gaming industry has a notable history of mentoring employees from entry level to key positions. By opening the door to advancement in the industry, the legislation has the potential to be a real game changer for people and giving them a second chance. The Commission's vision to be a key partner and a catalyst in promoting the general welfare, health, and prosperity of Atlantic City, the greater Atlantic City region, and the state of New Jersey, calls us to be engaged in the South Jersey region, bringing awareness to potential employment opportunities in the casino industry for these former offenders. Now, as required by the new law, we coordinate with nonprofit reentry organizations to provide formerly incarcerated individuals with information about their recently gained license eligibility. Throughout 2019 and in early 2020, the Commission had sent representatives across the region to provide information to incarcerated persons who were preparing for release and reemployment. We attended events including the Second Chance Career and Resource Expo at the Cumberland County Library. We also attended a reentry conference at the Southwood State Prison. We also have strengthened our rapport with the community while attending numerous safe surrenders and expungement seminars hosted by the New Jersey Judiciary. Support from potential employers is just as critical. The likelihood of long-term success for former offenders is in a large part determined by their ability to gain gainful employment and establish a career. As such, the Commission has set out to focus attention on the benefits available to employers who hire the former offenders. During 2019, we hosted 2 well-attended forums for employers and the casino industry in cooperation with the Division of Gaming Enforcement, Department of Corrections, Department of Labor and Workforce Development, and the New Jersey State Parole Board. The first event focused on improving awareness among the casino hotels, and that was very well received by the industry. The second forum was open and expanded to include the Greater Atlantic City Chamber of Commerce. While the legislation enacted by Governor Murphy formally established a course to be followed, positive momentum has suffered as a result of the unprecedented global pandemic. To mitigate the spread of the virus, casinos were closed to the public on March 16, 2020, and remain closed until July of 2020. The ramifications for employment in Atlantic City were tragic. Before the crisis, the casinos directly employed 26,000 people, and almost 20,000 of them were full-time. Third-party businesses, most notably restaurants and retail shops, employed many more. Upon reopening, prudent restrictions on capacities and entertainment where needed. While many employees have since been called back to work, thousands remain furloughed, dramatically increasing the competition among applicants for a limited number of jobs. The unfortunate reality is that the people seeking reentry employment during the pandemic face limited options. As society begins to approach a return to normalcy, we recognize a redoubling of our efforts will be needed to restore the recent positive momentum. Reentry groups have resumed planning activities, and we're looking forward to a better future. The Commission stands ready to continue this indispensable work to ensure that the recent gains for the rehabilitated will not be lost, and the rehabilitated former offenders will have a real opportunity to participate in the upcoming recovery. Just as a footnote, this legislation was truly landmark. The casino industry in New Jersey is the most regulated industry, and if we can open the doors for former offenders in this industry, I believe that any industry out there can use these people in their workforce, and I encourage them to give these people an opportunity to apply and an opportunity to be trained in your facility. We have heard positive feedback from everybody who's hired these former offenders in the industry, and we hope that positive continues. This is the public participation portion of the meeting. Ms. Fauntleroy, do we have any comments?
No, Mr. Chairman, we do not.
Hearing none, the public participation portion is now closed. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make that motion.
I second. All in favor? Aye. Meeting is now adjourned.